Dear friends, imagine standing in a quiet street in the heart of Bonn, Germany, in front of an ordinary-looking historic house. At first glance, it may not look particularly spectacular, but this small building is one of the most important musical places in the world. Because inside this house in December 1770, one of history's greatest composers was born. This is Beethoven-Haus, the birthplace of Ludwig van Beethoven. And today, let's step inside and discover the place where the story of one of the world's most influential composers began. The building is one of the few surviving 18th century houses in the city. Its Baroque stone facade stands above much older cellars, dating back to the 12th or 13th century. Beethoven's parents moved into the garden wing of this property in 1767, and a few years later their son Ludwig was born here. The young Beethoven spent only his earliest years in this house. Beethoven grew up in a musical family. His father was a singer in the court orchestra of the Elector of Cologne. His grandfather, also named Ludwig van Beethoven, had been a respected musician and music director. So music was already deeply connected with the Beethoven family. From a very young age, Beethoven was trained in music. Today, Beethoven-Haus is much more than a historic house. It is a cultural center containing a museum, research center, concert hall, collection, library, and publishing house. The organization continues to preserve and study Beethoven's legacy. There are concerts, exhibitions, research projects, and educational activities. The museum has also created modern ways for visitors to explore Beethoven's life, including digital resources and access to its extensive collection. So although we are standing inside an 18th century house, the story of Beethoven continues into the modern world. As we move through the rooms, we encounter portraits, manuscripts, musical instruments, letters, and personal objects. These objects help us understand Beethoven's development from a young musician in Bonn into one of the greatest composers of all time. Beethoven eventually moved to Vienna, where he established himself as a composer and pianist. His career produced some of the most famous works in classical music. His symphonies, piano sonatas, string quartets, and piano concertos changed the direction of Western music. One of the highlights of Beethoven-Haus is the collection of original documents and objects associated with the composer. Here we can see handwritten musical manuscripts, and there is something extraordinary about looking at Beethoven's handwriting. These are not modern printed scores. They are the actual pages on which Beethoven developed his musical ideas. We can see corrections, changes, and revisions. They provide a glimpse into his creative process. The Beethoven-Haus collection is considered the largest and most diverse Beethoven collection in the world. It includes manuscripts, letters, portraits, musical instruments, furniture, and everyday objects associated with Beethoven. Among the important items collected by the museum are Beethoven's Last Piano and original manuscripts connected with works such as the Moonlight Sonata and the Pastoral Symphony. So as we look at these objects, we're not simply looking at historical artifacts. We're looking at pieces of evidence from the life and working process of the composer himself. One of the most fascinating aspects of Beethoven's story is the relationship between his physical world and his music. As his hearing deteriorated, ordinary communication became increasingly difficult. He used conversation books to communicate with people around him. Eventually, he became almost completely deaf. But his creative imagination did not disappear. Instead, Beethoven continued to compose. He could imagine music internally, work with musical structures in his mind, and develop compositions without relying on normal hearing. This makes his achievements even more remarkable. The music that came from this period includes some of his most powerful and revolutionary works. His Ninth Symphony, for example, was premiered in 1824, only a few years before his death. Its famous final movement includes the Ode to Joy, a melody that has become recognized around the world. Interestingly, this house was not always protected as a priceless historical monument. During the 19th century, the building went through several changes. At one point, a restaurant called Beethoven's Birthplace operated here. A beer and concert hall was even added to the courtyard in the 1880s. The future of the building became uncertain. Fortunately, people in Bonn realized that this place had to be preserved. In 1889, the Beethoven-Haus Association was founded with the goal of acquiring the birthplace and establishing a memorial to Beethoven. The building was restored and the museum officially opened on May 10, 1893. That decision more than a century ago allowed us to visit this remarkable place today. And with that, our tour of Beethoven's birthplace comes to an end. But before leaving the place, let's head into the neighboring building, which is also a part of the museum and cultural center, and spend a few moments simply listening to Beethoven. If you enjoyed the tour, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you soon in another video on Unscripted Days. Safe travels!